All right, hello everyone. Steve Forward here, and I just want to give you an update on what's happening with the latest release from IK Multimedia, which is Amplitube 5, and on the whole, pretty well received, pretty good. I like it. I think it's good. I do have to say I can't hear much of a difference between Amplitube 5, 4 and 3, believe it or not, even though my ears are pretty good. I can't hear much of a difference in the sound. I think they've tweaked the GUI a lot and made it look fancy and very nice and posh, which is great. But the one thing they've failed to admit and failed to sort out is the standalone mode has quite a lot of issues with quite a number of users. And now the IK team, I have to say, if you have a problem, then you should go to the IK forum, fill out tech support, and get them to they'll ask you to send them the settings.properties file that's located in your app data roaming folder for IK Multimedia. And you should definitely do that, and definitely go down the proper route. And what I'm saying here is not meant to be some kind of permanent fix, and I do believe that IK are rolling out an update very soon to solve this issue, and I want to give kudos to the guys of this tech support who have been emailing me back and forth the last few days. I have to say, other than Jan Reisner at Steinberg, who I absolutely adore, is a fantastic help at Steinberg for Cubase and a real asset to the team there. I want to say that IK have been really good, actually. So I'm in no way saying that there's anything wrong or there's any issues or with the tech support. However, as it stands, Amplitube 5, and this is the Amplitube CS, the custom shop version, because I always like to try the CS version before I buy the full version, mainly because as much as I like having all these fancy new features, I really can't hear much of a difference. Around about the time, I remember using Amplitube 1 in the early noughts, 2001, 2, 3, and it sounded good back then, to be honest with you. Amplitube 2 came out, and I thought it was a little bit, didn't sound as good, to be honest with you. Amplitube 3 came out and blew the whole thing out of the water. And you've got to bear in mind, I do have a Kemper, and I have tried extensively an Axefx 2, and I can get equally, if not better, sounds out of Amplitube than I can out of a Kemper or an Axefx. It's just software. So don't be fooled by the hype, and also don't be fooled by shiny syndrome, I call it, where something is new and you have to have it, and it must be, you must purchase it because it will make you sound better. It won't. The only thing that will make you sound better is working on your technique and working on your playing style and your phrasing, working on your picking hand and that kind of stuff. The people that don't want to, the kind of stuff that people don't want to hear. They want to hear that if they buy a shiny box or a new piece of software, then it will make them sound great. It doesn't work. The old story about Hank Marvin's the fan of Hank Marvin buying every piece of gear he had and turning up on stage, and then him backstage at a rehearsal, and then Hank passing the actual guy his guitar and his pick, to see the look of dejection on his face, the realising that he just doesn't sound like Hank Marvin because he isn't Hank. It's the same with Van Halen. I have a couple of plexi heads here, and I have Palmer speaker simulators, and sure enough, I can play the right notes and it sounds like Eddie, but it isn't actually spot on, and it never will be, because I'm not Eddie. That's it, end of. So that's my little rant there for people that just think that buying the new piece of gear is the way to go to improve your tone. It really isn't. Another good friend of mine who is an IK Multimedia Amplitube user, Paul Rose, great guitar player, and he uses it and he gets a great sound, but he used to use it from Amplitube 3 as well, and it sounded good then. So I wonder where the good tone is coming from. So try not to put too much faith in gear when you try new stuff. And I'm not knocking and I'm saying that you shouldn't go and buy the new Amplitube version, and I don't work for IK Multimedia or anything like that. What I'm just saying is that this is a temporary fix. If you're getting no sound out of your standalone version of Amplitube 5, okay, then you need to navigate to your settings file, which is I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring up the settings properties file, which is that, and at the moment that is the actual file inside the Amplitube file in users, and then my name, app data, roaming, IK Multimedia, Amplitube 5. I'll show you that's the link. Yeah, you want to navigate to this part here, find this folder, open it up, and you'll probably see that there's nothing here and nothing here. They've been left empty, and that may be set to 10 or something else. This scale ratio height GUI is just specific to my desktop. It may be different for other people, but the one you want to look at is the audio output device name and the audio input device name. If there's nothing in there, you want to fill it out with what your sound card is. Okay, because IK will ask you to send this file to them, and that's what they'll probably do that. What I've noticed is that even though I've done this fix and saved it, a few days later it reverts back to the other one. So there's kind of a bug present in Amplitube 5, okay, make no bones about it at the moment. And this is version, let me bring up the version number so you can see. This is 5.01, okay, so this is like February 2021 I'm doing this. So if you're seeing this, then, and a bit later, then they will almost certainly release a hotfix for this. Okay, so you need to navigate to that, because if you're getting the meters moving here and you're getting no audio output, then more than likely it is to do with the settings file in the app data roaming IK Multimedia chain. You need to find that, and you need to adjust that to your sound card, the input and output state. So if you rewind back, I'll show you the actual the file that I have. This is the file here, and what I've done to stop this from happening regularly is I've made a backup of this file. So if it does it, I just delete the old one that's corrupted, and it literally likes to change these numbers around. So I don't know what's going on with Amplitube 5 in standalone mode, but it's obviously something causing this error. It's a bug of some kind. So you know, obviously, as I say, in plugin format, it works absolutely fine, and there's quite a few improvements that they've done to the software, and some of it's pretty good, and some of it is not so great, but I'm sure they'll iron out those kinks. Another worthwhile thing I want to mention here is importing your old Amplitube presets. Now I've got quite a lot of presets. I bought Amplitube 3 back in about 2011, 2012, something like that. And then I bought Amplitube 4, which I kind of didn't like so much, but it was good. Mostly because every new subsequent software release it's slower and bulkier. Bearing in mind this system that I'm running on here is an i7 with 32 gig of RAM, and I've got, you know, this system will run a lot. And if I open up Cubase and I have Amplitube 3 running, I can have about 40 plus instances of Amplitube 3 running. In Amplitube 4 it's about 5. In Amplitube 5 it's about 2. So that gives you some indication about the bulkiness of the software. Now they claim that it's a better sounding thing, but I really can't hear a difference. Really can't. I mean that in a good way. It just sounds good. Amplitube 5 sounds good. Amplitube 4 sounds good. Amplitube 3 sounds good. And I've just gotten used to, over the years, for all my session work, to use Amplitube 3 because I know it like the back of my hand. And every time they come out with a new version, you have to start again. And importing presets from Amplitube 3 to 4 was relatively painless. But importing presets from Amplitube 3 to 5 is non-existent. You're not able to do it. What you have to do is you have to get the presets from Amplitube 3 and import them into Amplitube 4 as legacy presets, and then you can take the .at4 files and put those in Amplitube 5. So it won't jump a version number to allow you to import things. Something which I think is a bit of a niggle. And I think it's a bit of a pain. Also, another thing is when you do finally import your presets, they're not the same. They don't sound right. There's way too much reverb, way too much delay, and there's way too much stuff happening on there. So, on the whole, kudos to IK. I already use their sample tank stuff and the Moog sample tank library, the Moog stuff. I think it's superb. I've got quite a lot of IK stuff and I rate them. I use the T-Rex 5 quite a bit. I really like the guys, but on this Amplitube 5 release they have got quite a few bugs to iron out on it. So don't be put off by the standalone feature not working, but it is one of the reasons why personally I'm not upgrading to the full version of Amplitube 5 just yet. That's my own personal opinion, my own personal belief, and my own personal decision about wanting to do that. Okay, guys. So, yeah, it's all there. A lot of the features that you really like. It's got a great tuner. It's got a nice advanced tuner there, which is pretty full on. And as I say, the pedal board feature's pretty good. You're able to sort of import, you literally drag the pedals and there'll be a pedal there appearing in the old floorboard. As I say, I've got quite a few, as you can hear, quite a few pedals that I bought from previous collections, and my favourite pedal is the D-Comp, which I use in my real life pedal board, and I'll use that and the Phase 9, which is here, and that, if you see my pedal board over at my website steveforward.com, you'll see that these two pedals feature alongside a wah pedal, and that is about it, and a tuner. I don't really need a lot of pedals when I'm using my lovely JMP1. And IK Multimedia have once again done a cool version of the JMP1 model. I wish they'd do the speaker emulated, model the speaker emulator circuit, but that's another thing, because but it's very good on the whole. I really like it, and it's got a lot of features. It's pretty good. The custom shop is very good because you're able to pick and choose your gear, and I've got quite a lot of gear built up from earning jam points and whatnot over the years with IK. So just be aware that the standalone feature, that there is a fix for that, as I've outlined earlier on, just to say that adjust the settings properties file to make sure that the input and output say your sound card like that. Okay, make sure that that is inputted, and on the today when I opened it up to do this little quick video, these were like this again. They were like that. They'd been completely removed. So I keep a backup of that just in case, and I use the backup file, and it happens every few days or so. But apart from that, well done IK, really great product. You know, it's not something that I'm personally not going to hear a massive sonic improvement between this and Amplitube 3 even. I sort of shock people a little bit when they say that. But there's a video on my YouTube channel of me doing Pink Floyd's Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and I'm using Amplitube 3 exclusively there, and I use the same plugin to this very day in 2021. So don't be fooled by thinking that you must have the latest piece of gear and that it'll make you sound better. It won't. The tone is in your hands and your head, and work on your technique and stuff, and that will get you there a lot faster. But that being said, ultimately better software should give you better sounds theoretically. I would say out of 10, Amplitube 5 is a solid 7 for me at the moment, because of the unreliability of the standalone feature, and it is just very, very slow to load and bulky. Amplitube 3 gets a 10 from me, because I think it is equally as good, if not better. That's going to cause a lot of feathers to fly, I know, and that really is just my own personal opinion. But they don't make Amplitube 3 anymore. You have to buy 4, or you have to buy 5 now. Thankfully, they keep Amplitube 3 for me to download in their in your account in IK Multimedia if you've bought it, which I think is only fair. I'm fully expecting them to remove that one day. They don't make it anymore, so I'll move up to 4 or 5. But I've always been behind the times. I've always been a bit slow on the uptake with new software releases. But on the whole, you know, good piece of software. It's just that the standalone version has a few bugs in it that really need to be ironed out. So be aware of that. I want to say one of the best amps that I really like using is the Engel Powerball, which looks significantly different to Amplitube 4 and 3. They've changed it yet again, but yeah, really good. Really rate the Powerball thing, and one of my favourite cabs to use in is the T1, that one, the metal T1. For some reason I really like it. It may be because it has 4 vintage 30s in it, and that's how my ears have used to, because most of my cabs have the black gold vintage 30 speakers in it. So but yeah, on the whole, well done, great. But just I just wanted to do a little sort of very informal video, just saying that, you know, be aware that there is a bug in the standalone version for some users. First of all, you know, submit your ticket. Go to IK Multimedia and submit your ticket and go through the proper channels. But if you're looking for a quick fix, then adjust the settings.properties file. Okay, guys? Alright, that's it for me. Take care, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye.